So once you attain something like financial freedom, then you are out of that rat race. You are not working for money, because when we work, we at times there are some lucky people who work, but there are many, or you can say 99% of the people are there who do not like what they work upon. So that is the difference. So to get out of that rat race, you have to attain this financial freedom.
There is so much content out there when it comes to learning finances or wealth management. But which one to actually pick? Well, today we're going to go deep down inside and figure out exactly how to earn and learn better by being consistent and disciplined with Ankit and with Jain of Spiel 1. So, welcome to Kabirr Vani, and you have been into finance industry for quite a long time, and I've heard from the sources that you're actually one of the best. So let's start with your book, The Rule Book of Wealth. What is it?
So basically, Rule Book of Wealth is all about budgeting. Okay. That how you must plan your finances, what are the ratios or what are the tools which you can use for managing your finances in the right direction, achieving your goals, and the end, like the book takes you to the end. The last journey of your savings is financial freedom. That how you can attain financial freedom, what are the perfect ratios which you must apply in your finances, so that you attain financial freedom where you do not have to work for money. You're working for yourself.
No working for money.
Yes.
Making the money work for you.
Making the money work.
Cool. Let's get some light on that. Making money work for you, or the financial freedom, right?
Yeah.
Like, so everybody dreams of achieving that.
True.
Okay. Why do so many fail?
So ideally what I can say is that today, when we say financial freedom, first of all, people don't have proper understanding about it. So when we say, okay, what is your goal in life? You ask anybody. So people will be like, I want to become this, I want to become that. Yeah, I want this, I want to purchase Ferrari, I want to buy this home for my parents, I want to buy this luxury home, I want to buy some luxury villa or something like that. Some dream will come in front of you. But nobody is fairly talking about financial freedom, because that's the real goal which you must have in life. Because once you attain something like financial freedom, then you are out of that rat race. You are not working for money, because when we work, we at times there are some lucky people who work what they love for. But there are many, or you can say 99% of the people are there who do not like what they work upon. So that is the difference. So to get out of that rat race, you have to attain this financial freedom, where you are actually sitting like in the morning when you wake up, you are like, oh, I have to go to the job. No, it's not like that. You are going to be more energetic that yes, this is another day for me where I'm actually doing something what I really love about.
So Virusat, so Buddha says, Bhago Varna, you'll be like a broken anda.
Yeah.
So you're opposite that. You're you're against that. It's not supposed to be like that.
Absolutely.
So attain a financial freedom, one should follow something that they love.
Right.
Rather than running after, okay, I want a Ferrari or I want an iPhone.
See, these are just you can say it's in the journey of financial
freedom.
So once you attain that, then you will be like, okay, there is no question that okay, who is going to run my home, even if I follow my passion, if I do something which I love about. Maybe that's not generating income for me,
right?
But it's still my house is going on properly.
Run even if I don't work.
Yes.
So
yes.
How does, like, for our youths, right? For example, let's say if I want to now, that's it. Okay, I don't want to work anymore. I just want to chill and Netflix, right? What amount of money that I need monthly, or should I have it in my bank account that is generating money for me, and I don't have to worry about that how much time I'm spending, or if I'm not even earning a penny. Right. So how does that work? How one can attain that?
See, you can start with small things. Just as you said, Netflix. So what does a Netflix subscription cost you?
$200.
$200 per month?
Yeah.
So why not you invest in something like a small FD of say 20,000 a month? So when you invest, say for example, okay, let's take it a random example. You invest 40,000 rupees,
okay,
and you earn 5% interest on it, or 6% interest on it. Today, I think so 6% is the current ROI on general FD. So you invest into an FD of you invested 40,000 rupees. The return what you're getting, the interest what you're going to earn is 2,400 on it, going by 6%. So this 2,400 is an extra earning out of your investments,
right,
that will take care of your Netflix subscription.
Fair enough.
So this is how financial freedom works. So you need to attain a figure which ensures that all your monthly expenses, what you are currently paying or bearing, must be taken care by your finances. You don't have to rely on your business, on your salary for completing all your regular income.
Today, as of right now, so when you say like, why not invest that $200 in investment, right? Like, as in not use for Netflix. But isn't that taking out of the fun? Like, how would I have fun if I don't Netflix and chill?
No, so what I'm asking you is to invest, and then whatever interest you get, you use it for
So
your.
from that, okay, great. Now,
You
how
pay it
does
for your
one
own.
start, and do you need a lot of money when you start to invest? Like, let's say if I'm just starting off right now, I'm starting my career. Let's say I'm 15 years old. I'm doing part-time job. I'm not trying to do child labor part here. I'm just talking about, like, we work with our parents and all. We have pocket monies that going on. Let's say if I have like coming in 500 or $1,000 which I have extra, how can one save that?
See, you can start with 100 rupees also.
Okay.
Today, the world is like India is a very open country today. We have various financial instruments available. You can start with 100 rupees a month. You can invest into stock market using mutual funds. Mutual funds is one of the best platforms, I believe, to invest.
Okay.
It has all the variety of assets. You want to invest into debt, you can invest through mutual fund, debt mutual funds. You have equity mutual funds to invest into stocks. You have gold mutual funds, commodity mutual fund. We are talking about gold and silver. So you can have a multi-asset investments through mutual funds. You do not have to today. If you want to buy a 1 gram gold, also you need 6,000 rupees.
Fair, right.
But you can invest 100 rupees in gold funds also and participate in the growth of gold.
Okay.
So that's how you can. So it is not a very big thing, and you whatever, as you said, that students or kids, they get gifts from parents,
Right.
they get gifts from relatives in monetary terms. You can simply put that money into investments and start make it grow. So when you invest 100 rupees and market gives you another 100, that's the achievement. That's the additional money which you're making, and that helps you in the near future.
In near future. Okay. Now, coming to the books that we have here, The Slight Edge. Okay, The Slight Edge talks about having a father who's really rich, right? Ekdam Amir Baap. Okay, has 2 kids. Ekdam movie ka scene where he's on his deathbed. He's calling both of his sons, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 lessons, and the lessons will be that you select the amount of money that I'm about to give you and double it up and bring it back to me. Whoever does that gets to have my fortune." He gives them 2 options. Number 1 option is going to be where you take $1 million, okay, and you double it up and you bring it back. And the second son gets and the another option is 1 penny a day. But when he takes that, it will double up every day. So one son goes there and goes like, okay, I would want to go ahead and get the $1 million. I'm gonna like hire the best people, best financial advisors, and get them to invest in stock market, and hire the best consultant, do everything best that I can to double up that money within the 30 days time. And they have only 30 days. Whereas the other son goes and takes the penny option. Okay, explain how that works, right? Because I was thinking that if I was there, maybe I would also select a $1 million, but that's instant money, right? Most of the people would think about it that way. But nobody would be like, hey, एक पैसा मेरे को मिल रहा है, but then वो एक पैसा रोज double हो रहा है. Can you please explain how that compounding interest works?
So this is how investments also work.
Okay.
So investments is all about long term. When we say savings is something short term.
Okay.
So there is a big difference between savings and investments. So when we say compounding really makes sense when we are investing.
Okay.
So because investments is all about long term, about your long term goals, about goals where you are actually attaining financial freedom, you're planning for your retirement, you're planning something big in your life. So that's where compounding comes into picture. Right. Now, how compounding works. So when we talk about, say for example, we invested 10,000 rupees today. So if I earn 12% interest on it, so in next 1 year, I'm going to make how much? 1,200 rupees. Now, the second year, how much I'm going to make? It's 2,400 rupees. And if I talk about compounding, so it will pay me interest on interest. So 1,200 will make another 12% more. So that additional amount will get added. So it's going to be a very marginal difference when we talk about 1 year, 2 year time. But the same story, if we take it for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, the differences are big. When you talk about compounding, you will see that money is actually doubling after a particular 10, 15 years, 20 years timeline. And that really helps you in attaining your real goals in life.
Financial freedom goal.
The financial freedom goal, or any kind of goal in that sense,
Okay.
but the long term ones.
Okay. How about if I have a dream of having 25 din mein paisa double?
That's actually a myth, I would
Is
rather
it?
say. Yes,
Oh,
of course,
man.
it's a myth.
I was really hoping you'll give me a secret that will actually get the 25 din mein paisa double.
There is nothing like that. So
Nothing like
whenever you say 25 din mein paisa double,
Right.
so that's like a high return kind of
Okay.
a product. So there is a thumb rule of investments. So whenever you invest in something like this kind of product,
Right.
so it's a high risk product as well.
Okay.
So there is a chance you may make 25 din mein paisa double that, but there is another way, there is another aspect to it also, that it may happen कि 25 दिन में आपकी गरीबी आ जाएगी.
Oh shit. That's definitely don't do that. Don't do that. We don't want 25 din mein garibi aana.
That's the problem, because today many youth actually does that problem, and they go through it. So they try out new activities, like today you can say in past few years there are many instruments which have gained too much of popularity. So you can say like stocks, you can say like cryptocurrencies,
Cryptocurrency, yes.
bitcoins and all.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
you have this sorry, if I'm not wrong, you can say forex.
Okay.
Forex also is there, option trading. So all these are like a high risk, high return kind of product.
Okay.
I'm not saying that these may not make money.
Right.
They may make money, but again there is a risk associated
Your risk
to it.
appetite should be very high, and
Exactly.
you should be emotionally very stable to take that risk.
That's true. So you cannot do like you are earning 10,000 rupees and you're putting that whole 10,000 rupees into those kind of instruments. End of the day, there might be a chance that you may end up making 1 lakh rupees out of that 10,000 rupees, or you may lose that 10,000 completely. So you must always follow proper financial planning. You must do a proper financial planning, and you must get into such kind of investments.
So smart ways of investing, what would be that? Like, let's say somebody is starting right now with a very small chunk, whatever it may be, maybe $100, 5,000, 50,000, whatever it is. If they want to start now, what is the best way and the smart way of investing?
So when you start something, I would rather suggest you first, you must go through so there's a concept of financial pyramid in our industry, in investments. So when we say financial pyramid, it's something like a triangle. So the base is a huge thing, and then it goes like this. So when we say a financial pyramid, the base has to be very strong. And how can you make your base as very strong is by taking right insurance. So ideally what IRD or other authorities suggest is that you must have at least 20 to 22 times insurance, life insurance for yourself, like a term plan or something like that, of your annual income, 22 times of your annual income. So anybody earning say 1 lakh rupees, so he must have at least 20 lakh rupees, 22 lakh rupees worth of life insurance as a part, so that tomorrow if he's not there, his family is supported with that amount. So that's the base of your financial pyramid. You must get all your insurances done properly and wisely.
Fair.
So it is about term insurance, it might be about mediclaim, all types of contingencies must be covered.
Fair.
That's the first part where you must invest in.
First step.
That's the first step.
Okay.
So that your base is strong now.
Right.
Now take the next step and plan for your emergencies, because emergencies can come at any, as the word suggests. Yes.
Okay.
So you must have your emergency fund. That's also mentioned in my book, that 3 times to 6 times you must have like whatever monthly money you make. Say for example you make 1 lakh rupees. So 3 times, that is 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs, 6 times. That much money you must hold in some kind of liquid instrument, and the non-risky one, like an FD or a saving account with a higher interest rate. And you can try out various opportunities available in the market today. You get very high interest on, not very high, but a high interest on your saving accounts also, if you cross a certain amount.
Okay.
So you can try out that also, or you can invest into liquid mutual funds, debt mutual funds.
But these are safe,
where you do not have any market risk.
Okay. And these are step 2.
These are step 2. So you must have that 3 to 6 time money kept aside in that emergency fund.
Okay. So if something like COVID hits again,
anything hits up,
like that,
yeah. So you have at least 3 months, 6 months money lying in your account that will take care of your regular routine expenses. So you do not have to worry. Tomorrow my boss tells me, okay, you get out of the office. So I do not have to worry. Okay, how I am going to nurture my family, how am I going to take care of the expenses. So you have to have that emergency fund in place, and I can say 90% of the people, like you talk about youth, you talk about retired people, you talk about the person, they do not have this fund. They do not maintain this fund.
I don't think many people also understand the term of emergency funds, because many of the people, after I speaking to you as well, I understood that emergency fund is something very important to have. And when I spoke to some people about it, do you have emergency funds? Like, what's that? I think it's something very, very good.
No, at times we do have, but we do not term it as an emergency fund. So
yeah, but I don't think people even have that.
They do not follow that ratio.
Or even they do not even if so they were like, what is emergency fund? I'm like, you should have enough money for you to survive for 3 to 6 months. अरे वो कौन देता है? 3 से 6 महीना कौन देता है? COVID में देखना पड़ा.
Correct.
So that is something which I would say that it's very important for you to have.
So you realize those the importance of these concepts during hard times only.
Indeed.
And that's the unfortunate part of it. Yeah. So then you realize that yaar pehle kar diya hota to sahi hota.
Kash.
And that's kash. That statement I come across through many of my investors as well. That यार तू पहले मिल गया होता है यार मेरे को ऐसा समझाने के लिए, तो I wouldn't have been through the hardships which I have been into in the past.
Absolutely. So the step 2 we got. So
yes,
are there more steps?
Yes, there is.
Please.
So the step 2 was emergency funds. Then you must step into some fixed income instruments like bonds, debentures. You must try out those investments as well, which are again safe in nature. You do not have to worry about the interest part, the income generation part.
Right.
So you do not have to worry about that. So again, that is an area which you must focus on.
Okay.
Then you must start investing into equity funds.
So are we getting to step 4 now?
This is the step 4.
Okay, so step 3 again, and then
step 3 is about fixed income instruments, where you are investing in safe instruments which tend to generate regular income for you. So they are actually generating good income for you at any given point of time. You do not have to worry about the market risk.
Okay. And when does a person jump from the second to third?
So once you have attained that 6 times wala funda, you can get into the third step and start investing. Now that size is depending upon your income, the kind of income you're earning, what you comfortably feel about that. Okay, this much money is good enough for me, that you can have in your third step. That is about the fixed income instruments. That's the debt, you can say, the debt investments which you can do. Then you can step into the fourth part, the equity investment. So to start with, you must not immediately start with stocks. What I would suggest is you must start with equity funds or dynamic bond, the hybrid aggressive funds. So there are various types of mutual funds available in the market. You can get into gold funds. You can get into something where the returns are not guaranteed, but these are termed to be for a long time, where you are sitting and investing for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. So these the investments will be that fourth step. And then comes the ultra risk kind of investments, where you're talking about stocks. The fifth step. So where you're talking about that's the tiniest part.
25 दिन में
पैसा double. So you can invest into stocks. You can get into cryptocurrencies or whatever, NFCs, this, that, whatever you come across. You want to try out some money in that. Maybe you try your luck and something like that. So you must use that amount, the tiny part, the tip of that pyramid. So that is how you must plan your investments in the right direction.
That's great. I think this 5 steps to financial freedom is a best highlight of the show, I believe, because once you understand this, and when you actually start taking charge of it, nothing like this would matter. It's like, because you understand, एक बार वो पैसा थोड़ा समझ में आ जाता ना, वो फिर पैसे के साथ खेलना मजा आता है. क्या हो जाता है कि बहुत सारी बार अपन इतना सारा पैसा स्पेंड कर देते हैं, like we're spending so much money, and like you have an extra 5,000 today. Oh, what do you want to do? चल पिज्जा ऑर्डर करते, चल यहाँ जाते, चल वहाँ जाते, and then we are spending that. We're not thinking कि okay, this 5,000, how can I invest it? I think this is a great journey a person should have it in their life, and that would be a great Kabirr Vani, because of 5 steps to financial freedom.
Right.
That's great. I think that works out well.
Definitely.
I want to take this to a next step kind of thing, and this will be this will be very, I don't know if it's a risk out there in market right now, like bad investments or bad debts or something like that. Is there anything that a person can actually end up losing money in bad investment, or what would be a bad investment?
So there is nothing called as bad investments. These are all the outcomes of bad decisions you make.
Okay.
So I won't say that stock market is bad or cryptocurrency is bad or NFC is bad or any kind of risky instruments are bad. No, they have made money for people. But the problem with us is that we make wrong decisions. As I said, when you are maybe at step 3 and you're jumping into something like stocks and all, then you're going to lose money. And if you lose money, or if you root all your money into such kind of instruments which are coming with a high risk, then the probability of losing the money is also very high.
Much higher.
Much higher. Because when we talk about stocks specifically, these are for long term. So I generally have this explanation for my investors also. So I tell them that, okay, you take salary as your fixed income and business as your equity. So today, when you start, say for example, you start a business, and maybe you invested 1 lakh rupees in that business. So tell me, if after 3 months of time, if you feel that this particular business is not working anymore, and you are not getting good customers for it, and you think that, okay, nahi yaar, ye nahi chalne wala, you close down that business.
Yeah.
Do you think you're getting back that 1 lakh rupees which you invested?
Oh, not possible.
Absolutely not possible, because you might have invested into some depreciating asset or some kind of instrument where you are not going to make money out of it.
Fair.
Maybe 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 you may get back, but not more than that, ideally. So the similar situation, let's say you started a job at 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees a month. And after 3 months, you feel that, no, yeah, this job is not for me. This is not a good environment to work. And then you plan to quit it. So tell me one thing, how much money are you going to make after 3 months from your salary? It's 60,000, of course, 20.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to say you, nahi, tumne 3 mahine mein chhod diya, so you have to give back the money.
No.
That's not going to happen. Whatever you have earned is earned. It's not going back anywhere. So that's the difference.
Okay.
Because when we talk about fixed income, whatever you have earned is earned.
Okay.
So that's why it is good for short term. Now let's take this story only for next 5 years.
Okay.
Now 5 years you are working for some company, and 5 years you have spent doing your business.
Okay.
These are two conditions, two areas where you have been working.
Yeah.
Now tell me, 5 years you have been into a business which has been like, you have been actively working on it, you have been pushing yourself as much as you can to build that business.
Yeah.
Do you think this business is going to go haywire and you're going to shut it down after 5 years, or what do you think? You may grow somewhere? The probability,
I think I would probably grow somewhere, right? Because
Exactly.
I'm spending 5 years into it, I might be doing
True.
something right.
So the key point is consistency, because
Right.
you have been consistently doing something.
Right.
So 5 years is a very good big time for you to generate good income for your business and
Right.
generate a good value for your business. So naturally, now tell me one thing. What do you think? Will you be making more money in salary over here in 5 years time, or you'll be making more money over here in a business which you started with just rupees 1 lakh? 2 lakh?
Definitely business.
Definitely. We all understand that
absolutely.
point. But we do not understand that aspect, that here we have taken a risk.
Right.
We have taken a risk that nahi hua to kya, so there is a loss associated. The way I explained you, in 3 months time you plan to give up that business.
Right.
So there is a negative return. But when you think about 5 years, 10 years, there is no negative. There is nothing like negative, because you're consistently doing it. You're consistently growing, and you're making money out of it.
Absolutely. Also the risk and the time factor comes in. You're leaving your 9 to 5 job to work 7 days a week on your own business. But then, of course, the returns is definitely higher.
Going to be high.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it takes a lot of efforts. You take a risk. So definitely you will be rewarded for it.
Absolutely.
So that's the difference. So that's how I differentiate things. So fixed salary is fixed income. It's debt where you're not going to lose anything.
Okay.
And this is equity, business. So naturally in the initial years you might not make money, but in the longer run, definitely you're going to make great money out of it.
Okay. Now, coming through the fact that you brought up the salary and the business part, I think almost everyone, let's not say everyone, almost everyone dreams that they want to own a business, almost. Okay. But the people who actually are, let's say our average Indian as of right now, was Googling, and they say that average Indian earns no more than 20-25,000. Okay, somewhere around that range. An average Indian, as of I'm talking about middle class, lower middle class people there. What can we do, or what kind of investment strategy can we create for them that would ensure that they're saving some amount of money? How can they break the rule? Do you have a ratio in that book which will teach them that, or can you show something which will actually help them?
Yes, we do have something written in that book also.
Great.
So it is all about budgeting your finances in the right direction. So you must always have certain amount kept aside for your investments, which actually helps you create your long-term goals and invest it for long-term in the right instruments and generate income out of it. So once you have attained that, you've spent some consistent time in building that, naturally that money is going to keep a flow of money to you like a passive income apart from your active income, and that will ensure that you are moving toward the financial freedom journey.
But how about that, right? So for example, this is great. So but a person still, again, 25,000 living in Mumbai, it's like crazy, right? So how would a person saturate that amount of money? Like, क्या अच्छा इतना investment में जाएगा, इतना मेरे घर खर्ची में जाएगा और इतना मैं leisure में डालूंगा. So how does the 1% out?
So there is a ratio for that. So generally 50% of your whatever you earn must go towards your expenses, the needs,
the living expenses.
the real needs, needs like maybe rental and rent payments, EMI payments, roti kapda makan. Absolutely, the basic necessities. 50% of whatever you want. So say you said that person earning 25,000, so 12,500 must be routed towards that. Now the problem over here is what we as individuals, we dream of a better aspect. So what happens is we overspend on things. So say for example, my income allows me to live in a 1 BHK home. But what I do, just to fulfill my aspirations, I get into a 2 BHK home, and that's where I end up spending more. So today my income allows me to buy maybe your MI phone or a small phone, 10,000, 20,000 worth of phone. But what I do, I dream of having an Apple iPhone.
Or you might just go and buy it on EMI. Chal 5,000 to bharna hai mahine ka, kar lo karke.
So that's where you are actually entering into a financial trap. Because you are expiring for something which your income is not allowing you to do.
So 50% we got where we need for roti kapda makan.
Yes.
How about the
now 30% must move towards your investments. Where you plan out like maintaining your term insurances,
the stage 1,
the stage 2, and then move the balance money to stage 3 and stage 4.
That is for the 30%.
That is for the 30%, and the balance 20% you can save it for your desires like the OTT platform payments and other stuffs, whatever you want, you can plan for that. The 20% amount can move towards that area.
How about the fact that we learn a lot of times that before anything and everything, you should first take out the savings fund. So is that the first 30% that you have to take out? Okay, pehle 30% nikalo, investment mein dalo, then the rest 50%, then comes the 20%.
See, we as individuals, we are very indisciplined.
Indeed.
That we all know. That's a true fact. So there are very few people who can actually maintain that discipline. So yes, it's actually the best way to do it. That the day you receive your salary, you must have your next day assigned for all these the outflow of these investments, whatever you have planned. So you must have like maybe a banking instruction you can keep that every month on this particular date the amount निकलने ही चाहिए. वो मेरे हाथ में बचना ही नहीं चाहिए. मेरे हाथ में बचना ही नहीं चाहिए तो मैं उड़ा दूंगा, क्योंकि मैं बहुत indisciplined व्यक्ति हूँ. So you must have that practice in your head. Then only you will be able to save something. Otherwise you won't be able to. Because when you are left with nothing, then you are naturally your mind is अरे पैसा तो है नहीं तो खर्चा किधर करूँ.
कभी-कभी ऐसा भी होता है ना, like so when we have this instructions that send for how much money you're gonna have to save. Let's say a person earning 25,000 may be able to save $5,000 just to say it, right? Now $5,000, it might just look only 5,000 savings, but then if you look at it the term of maybe 10 months, or you're looking at more, you're looking like, अरे यार 50,000 कहाँ से? And then not only that, but every day when you're earning interest on it as well, that makes a lot of difference.
Definitely, it makes a lot of difference, because we have seen with many of our investors who were actually into spending a lot of things. They used to have a good habit about it. So I forcefully made them invest into some things. So like after 7-8 years of time, They were like, they went into some financial trouble at that point.
Okay.
So they were like, that actually was a COVID situation, and they were like, okay, we are stuck now, and they were having no idea, the level, how their investments have flourished, or what has happened to their investments.
Right.
And at that point, that moment when they asked me, "Arey, we are into a fix now, and do we have something?" And when I told them, "Okay, you have certain amount that can take care of your expenses," they were blown. They were like,
Thank God.
"Thank God that okay."
Did they say
we
thank
did
God?
it.
Or say, oh, thank you, Ankit?
So I don't know about that, but definitely
Yeah.
in their hearts they would have definitely told thank you, Ankit, for sure.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's the situation. So we people come across such aspects, and they must plan it the right direction.
Okay, great. Investment scams, there are a lot out there.
True.
So how one can be safe from it? How can one know that the person is investing in a right way and not some kind of scam that they're getting into? Like, for example, like wealth management, what you do, right? Not that many people know कि you do. बहुत सारे लोग को लगता है wealth management, इसको पैसा दूंगा तो ये लेके अपने account में रख के पैसे बनाएगा. But for people who don't know, the wealth manager actually is a person who takes your money and helps you increase it more, and only charges a very small percentage of your profits, if I'm not wrong, right? So how does that work, and how can you be careful of the investment scams that you're getting into? Like cryptocurrency was one of like the very scary part. Bitcoin तो चढ़ पड़ा, Bitcoin के पीछे
बहुत सारे
सारे आगे जो coins आए और गए. So that हो गया, that's one of those things. And recently there was a website created. You invest 10,000 rupees and generate 15%, 20% and all. So how does one make sure that they're getting into the right investment and not a scam?
So there are various data checks which you can make.
Okay.
So the first one is that you must check whether the product is regulated or not.
Okay.
Whether the product is registered or not. So regulated, when I say, there are two levels of regulators in India today, the major ones, actually three. So the first one is who regulates the banks, that is RBI, Reserve Bank of India.
Right.
So Reserve Bank of India is regulating banks, and whatever FDs, term deposits, everything comes under RBI's supervision.
Right.
The next one is SEBI, which we call a Security Exchange Board of India.
Okay.
So they are actually responsible to ensure the safety of investors in terms of investments into securities like mutual fund, stocks, and whatever debentures and the aspects. So they have an eye, they keep an eye, they supervise these investments. And the third regulator is IRDA, that is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India, that takes care of the insurance part. They supervise the insurance products. So any product where you are investing must be regulated by either of these. If it is not regulated by either of these, then there is a situation that you may not get help in if it turns out to be a scam.
Right.
So you must ensure that your investments are moved in the instruments which are supervised by either of these regulators, for sure.
Is there a way to check that? Like is there a website that I can have?
Yes, you can go through the websites of these regulators by themselves, sebi.org.in or something like that. So you can just visit their website and you can check the products available in that.
Okay.
You will definitely get an idea about it, for sure.
Okay, how it works and all
Yes.
that.
Or you can go through the brochure of that particular product in which you are planning to invest. You can just check whether it is registered or not, whether it is regulated or not. You will have the registration number mentioned over there. Whether it is registered with RBI, तो RBI का कुछ registration number mentioned होगा. Yeah, you are investing in a SEBI regulated product, then SEBI का कुछ mentioned होगा. So
it's all there. You have to just be very vigilant while
you have to be vigilant. Just ensure that it is registered with some of the other regulatory.
खाली 25 दिन में पैसा डबल के पीछे
ऐसा नहीं भागता. Absolutely.
Be careful.
Yeah, and these regulators also at times they do awareness programs.
Okay.
They also create awareness through their websites, through their channels, social media channels also, that these are scams, you must not invest in this. So if you follow them, definitely you won't enter into some trap like this.
Yeah. Or they can follow a channel like Kabirr Vani, where we have financial advisors coming up on the show and giving this wonderful advice, that would really help them, right?
Of course.
Great. I really appreciate all the details that you have given us today. Like it's really wonderful to know. We have not done yet. There's so much more that I want to talk to you about. But I thought we'll make this a bit interesting. It's kind of like, let's say, a bit muster round. Okay, bit busters round. Let's get into that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I think most of the things you might have already answered, but just feel free to give a short answer to this. You're good with that?
Yeah, fair.
Great. Do you need a lot of money to start investing?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
So you start with 100 rupees also,
100
as I
bucks,
said.
100 bucks mein investment.
Absolutely.
Great. Credit cards are always bad.
No, not at all.
Credit cards are not bad.
Not at all.
तो फिर वो 21% charge कर लेते हैं and what about that?
So, that is about, again, comes about your discipline.
Okay.
What discipline are you trying to maintain? So, if you maintain discipline, then it's like, I would say credit card is giving you free money for 45 days, 30 days.
So the amount that you could have spent from your savings account, now you're spending it on credit card.
Correct.
But whereas
You
you're just paid off.
Paid off.
But then the amount of that is staying in your savings account is earning a small amount of interest, but it's still earning interest.
Yes.
Great. Investing in stock market is like gambling.
Absolutely not. As I said, that it is investments. So if you gamble in stock market, that's your problem.
Right.
But if you invest in stock market, you're definitely going to make good money out of it.
Good money. But so investing
does
is
make
the-
sense. Gambling
is the keyword.
is the keyword,
Okay, investing, not the gambling.
not the gamble.
All right, cool. Now let's say financial planning is only for adults.
No, it's for everyone.
Okay, so are
The
you
moment
the
you
same?
start earning money, the moment you are responsible for some, yourself or your family, you must start doing that
You can
right
start
away.
doing that right away. Even if it's a very youth, like let's say if you're getting from a very young
Yeah,
15-year-old that's starting up, or if it's
whatever. The moment you start making money, the moment you start earning money, you must start doing financial planning. You must start doing proper budgeting, and then you will attain your financial freedom as early as possible.
early as possible. Okay,
Because
great.
I've seen people attaining financial freedom at the age of 30, 35 also.
Wonderful. Okay, so
And that's because of the discipline they have created during their starting of their career.
okay. That helps them out a lot.
That helps them.
Okay, so let's say if you don't have a parent or a grandparent owning an L&T share or an Asia Motor share, then you need to make sure to start planning for yourself, right?
So that your granddaughter or grandson will be
Can
able
have that.
can have that and can tell that my grandfather did some
Did
investment
something.
which I am benefiting out of it.
Sweet. All right, cool. Now a credit card, I guess, is type of debts. The debts are always bad.
No, not at all.
You can always go for loans.
Yes, definitely you can
okay.
go for loans because see, the best type of loan I would say is home loan. You get at a very low interest.
Right.
So it is like maybe 8.5 today. I believe 8.4 is the rate.
Nice.
So you take it like that you are getting money at 8.4 and you have an opportunity to invest it anywhere in any instrument which can generate 12%, 13%, 10%, even if 9% you are making. So you're making that balance amount extra out of it. So why is that a bad thing?
Bad
It is
thing.
definitely the keyword here is discipline.
Discipline. Okay.
So when it is about debts, it is all about the keyword is discipline.
Right.
When you talk about stocks, the keyword is investments.
Great.
Something
Great.
like that.
That's great. Okay, I have a question for you here. So we spoke about people who have 25,000.
True.
Okay, a person has 2 crores in his account.
True.
Wants to buy a home.
True.
Should he pay it off, or should she pay it off, or should she or he go and get a loan?
So now that depends where that 2 crore is lying. If that 2 crore is lying in your current account, pay it off.
Okay.
Buy that house, whatever it is. But if you have invested it somewhere, you're invested in stocks, mutual funds, debentures, where you're earning 10, 12%, 15% returns, whatever may be, then definitely if your returns are more than the interest which the bank is charging you,
Right.
you must remain invested and you must go for the loan.
But let's say a person is not invested. Would you recommend them, okay, you know what, go for a loan and just invest this money?
Yes, definitely.
Would you still
must
do that? Because they can still make, because what I understand, the home loan is, let's say, 8 to 9% somewhere, give and take. Of course, I think the credit matters at this point of time. But a person might invest that 1 crore or 2 crore or whatever the amount that wants to spend, might able to get 10% or 11% out of it to be on a safer side. I'm not talking about 13-14%. The
absolutely.
13-14% becomes a bit
See,
riskier.
even if you are making 1 or 2% extra
Right. It's
on a
still
home
savings.
loan, money, so home loan is for 20, 30 years.
Right.
So imagine if you're making 3% or 2% extra for 30-40 years, it's going to be a huge difference.
Yeah, almost 60-70% that's going up.
It's going to make good difference.
Makes a lot of difference.
It makes a lot of difference.
Okay, so debts are not bad.
Not at all.
All right. Budgeting means you cannot have fun. We spoke about Netflix and chill. Put some light on.
See, budgeting is going to help you. It's not that it's a boring stuff. If you do it, you'll be able to enjoy whatever you aspire to have. So you can plan budgets so that you can have good holidays. You can have your regular entertainment. I have investors who have actually started budgeting and saving for their international holidays.
No way.
Tell me whether it is boring. I don't think so.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, so you can actually save that money.
Save that money and
Okay.
use it for your international holiday. What's wrong in that? That's the desire part. 20% of your money.
20% of the part. That's wonderful. That's great. That's great. How to navigate through loans and credit cards efficiently? Like, how can I make sure that I'm being very efficient when I'm using my credit cards, or let's say if I have a loan, how do I navigate through it very efficiently?
See, you must use tools, or I would say you must keep a check about all your due dates and everything. So here I would like to point out some aspects which I have seen in many of the investors I have come across, or many of the people I have come across. They have fallen into debt trap. They have fallen into, like, now the trap which they have fallen into is because of the mistakes they made in their youth. And this is actually important for our youth to understand that whatever bank is giving you, it's a loan, and you must ensure that you're maintaining discipline by repaying it on time. Because the moment you make some musty with that amount, and then your whole credit score is going to get impacted. And the moment that happens, you are opening gateway where you're not going to get a loan at a lower interest, but you will be on the other side getting loan at a higher interest. I have seen people who have gambled money, who have done wrong with their credit score, and who have settled their money with credit card companies and other personal loan companies. And now today, if they go for a home loan, they ask for a home loan, they are paying 13% interest.
Oh, okay, almost 5-6% more.
Because the good companies, the good banks who are offering at 8.5, 9, they're not ready to give loans to them.
Right.
The reason is very simple, because they have messed up with their credit score. So people don't understand the CIBIL score part. And even today, like, forget about the young, the educated generation, or you say the managers and all. But when you talk about the youth, the one who just started off, they don't understand this importance of the credit score, the CIBIL score, which you must.
What is CIBIL anyways? Does it really matter?
So of course it matters a lot, because it actually tracks all your credits, how you are maintaining your credits, whatever credit cards you have, whatever loans, personal loans, home loans, vehicle loans, your mobile phone EMIs, anything. So whatever loan, whenever loan words come in, or when a credit word come in, so CIBIL comes into the picture. So they keep a record of all your credits.
Like they have it in America, the Social Security. That
yes, something kind
the
of
credit
that.
Score that they have.
Yes.
So is it really picking up in India now, and it's very important to have?
Yes, very important. The moment you apply for a loan, the first thing what a banker does, or an NBFC does, they check your credit score.
Okay.
And the moment they see that there are some settlements done, or there is some outstanding amount, or there is some problem in your CIBIL, they immediately deny the loan.
But is that bad, settling an amount, if you have, let's say, someone taken a 5 lakh rupees loan and they have settled down for 2.5 lakh rupees?
Yes, it's bad. It impacts your CIBIL a lot. And then it becomes like most of the bankers will not be ready to give loan to you.
Okay.
So we have seen many such books, and then they have to end up paying high interest.
High interest rate. So if you want to save it, you have to be careful of how you use it.
Yes. You have to be that's where again discipline comes into the picture.
When does this CIBIL thing start? Like when you're 18, or does it start?
No. So you will see that many people have no CIBIL score, but no credit history. So the moment you take a credit can be in the form of credit card, can be in the form of personal loan, can be wherever you're dealing with an NBFC or a bank. The moment you're taking a loan from any of these financial institutions which are registered with RBI, your credit history starts from there.
Okay, straight up.
Straight.
You don't have to. You cannot just play around with it anymore. You cannot be
not
like
at all.
how it used to be back in days where everything was cash.
Not at all.
Now people want to make sure that they're checking if you're a genuine person and if you have a good credit history. How can one ensure maintaining good credit history? Maybe in 2 to 3 points.
Simple. So if you want to create a good history of your credit,
Yeah.
you can take a credit card,
Okay.
use it, pay it on time,
Paid full on time.
pay it full on
Not
time.
the monthly.
Not the minimum one. Don't get into EMIs. Pay it off.
Paid off completely.
Pay it off.
Spending 5,000, 10,000 paid off.
Pay it off.
Okay.
That's that the moment you do this, your credit history is built.
Okay. Now when we were discussing before the show that you were talking to about this kid in the panel that you had recently visited.
Yes.
He spoke about that. How can he save money where he has only limited? So if he was going shopping, how does that work? I mean, that was a very interesting story. I would love to hear that from you again.
So what happens is that this is not only for the kids. This is for adults as well.
Okay.
So what we do is that whenever we go shopping, we spend a lot. As you also gave an example of someone that spending, they keep on spending things and then end of the day they are left with nothing. So I would say they are not left with nothing. They are left with something. The problem we don't identify that point.
Okay.
So how to identify that part is say for example you go to a DMart store and you buy some some stuffs for your household and all. And so if you see in the DMart bill, there is something called as you saved this much
Right.
amount,
Yes.
right? So that amount, what you do, so it is nothing but if you would have gone to some regular store where you do not get any discount on MRP, so you would have spent that much amount over there. But since you went to DMart, you saved that amount.
Right.
So what you can do is that you can just put that amount, just remove that amount from your wallet and invest it.
Like
If
you have
you-
spent it in DMart only, but then
Yeah.
you're investing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just think you have you have bought it from a regular store. So the moment you do that, you start doing that, you start saving a lot of money. That's the money which you are saving subconsciously. You can say so. So we have seen people exercising this, and when we used to ask them in the initial periods, they were like, we don't have money left to save anything. And suddenly we see that since they are exercising this, they are practicing this, they are saving 10,000, 20,000 rupees a month
Nice.
suddenly. So even if you say you're a regular visitor to DMart and you spend a minimum 2,000, 3,000 rupees, naturally you're going to save at least 400 to 500 rupees a week. So you are keeping aside 1,500, 2,000 rupees immediately. like this.
Immediately. Right. Great.
That's how it works.
Coming through this particular part, because this is a very, very unique option, right? For any reason, spending so much money, seeing your youth spending so much money on iPhone and clothes and all, are they in financial danger by any chance?
Definitely they are going to end up into financial danger.
You really think so?
Because it's not that I believe that iPhone or anything is bad or something like that. They are good, but they are just not meant for you. When it is meant for you, when you are actually into a profession, or it is really your requirement.
Right.
Tell me, for a college going student who is like, say for example, a commerce student,
Huh.
why is an iPhone a compulsion for him?
Yeah.
Where is it going to be used?
For your status ना, अरे इसके पास iPhone है.
So status, आप मुझे बताइए, status तब important होगा कि वो iPhone है मेरी जेब में, या तब होगा जब I will in the future I am going to have a good life, good financial life,
Good home, good car.
home, good car, live with all the good amenities what I desire for. Will that be? See, the problem with youth, and this problem is with everyone. Whenever we have money, what we do is we start comparing things with others.
हाँ.
So वो iPhone लेने वाला बच्चा है ना, वो क्या कर रहा है? He's comparing with adults. He's comparing with other people who are really making good money.
हाँ.
So for them, buying an iPhone might not be a big thing, but for a person who is having zero income or just started with their savings or just started with their salaries and all, for them the key important stuff is to invest rather than getting into something like luxury products like this.
Like that. Okay.
So it is again like I would give the statement again that the product is not wrong. The intention, the discipline is the problem.
The problem. Yeah. Maybe they can have an iPhone. Let's say an iPhone costs somewhere what 80,000, 1 lakh rupees, give and take,
Maybe.
depending on the model and type
Right.
and functionalities you go for.
Right.
The same amount of functionalities and the things can be found in a normal iPhone, which is costing you maybe like, I don't know, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, somewhere around that. Maybe sometimes you end up getting more
True.
out of it. It's just the thing that the name Apple doesn't come across to it. So,
how does it make difference?
Right. So let's say a person who can think like that, right? So they can possibly have an iPhone, thinking that कि अच्छा भी ये 1.5 lakh रुपए का phone है. I can use that money and maybe buy a phone of a Samsung or 50,000 rupees phone or MI of 50,000 rupees phone or a lower budget phone, and I can actually invest that much amount of money, right?
True. You must do that. But problem is no one does that.
Discipline. Discipline is the key.
Discipline is the key.
Okay, great. One solid tip for our viewers and listeners.
Solid tip is that
Financial.
You must maintain discipline in life, in your financial life. The moment you bring discipline, the moment you are open for new things in life, you must always be vigilant when you are trying new things in life. But you must be open for every financial aspect, because we have seen people who are like very stubborn. They want just मैं सिर्फ FD में डालूंगा. I just believe in FD. No, see, mutual funds, there are various other aspects where you can explore things and where you can generate good income out of it. Imagine you're investing in an FD where 6 to 7% is what you're earning, and today the inflation rate is also at 6 to 7% or 8%. End of the day, you're not going to make money out of it.
Exactly.
The moment you start, so you must always take into consideration these other factors also while planning your investment. So discipline, open for new products, open for new strategies. You must always be vigilant about the regulators and other aspects also, and think wisely about all this.
Right. Now, when does one think about working with a wealth manager? Now, for example, you're a wealth manager, right? I mean, you currently manage approximately 3,000 crore, 300 crore. Inshallah, 3,000 crore will be on the way. 300 crore of your clients' investments. So how does, do you only work with people who have that much amount of money, or would you entertain a person who's just starting off as well? And how does one find you?
We entertain everybody, whoever is serious about investing, whoever is really in need of a financial wealth. I'm a wealth coach. So I coach them, I help them with all the areas of budgeting, financial planning, everything.
Okay.
The only aspect is they must be serious about it, and they must be open about it. So if they are open about it, we wealth managers like me or any other guy, they all are open for all kind of investors, because we are here just like a doctor. When you go to a doctor, are you going to ask him, sir, आप सिर्फ बूढ़े लोगों को करते हो या आप सिर्फ पैसे वालों को करते हो या छोटे मोटे लोगों को? See, his job is to treat the disease. The same way our job is to create wealth. Our job is to manage wealth. That's what we are, wealth managers.
Okay.
So wherever there is a wealth, we are here to manage it.
Right.
So if you have 100 rupees, we are here to manage that 100 rupees also. If you have 1 crore, we are here to manage that 1 crore also.
Okay.
So there is no difference.
But you'll guide them on how to accumulate a wealth. Which
the only thing is the strategy changes.
Right.
The strategy changes from person to person because the product changes from person to person. That's why.
But is it much faster to go through a wealth management or a wealth manager or wealth coach like yourself and doing it by myself? What would be the possible difference? That let's say if I'm hiring you, okay, so सबसे पहला तो मुझे ये पूछना है कि if I'm giving you my money, how much money are you going to charge me? All right, you don't have to give me the exact figure, but am I paying you a lot of money? Because see, what happens is that the wealth manager is a very concept that I don't think people yet have understood properly. कि wealth manager exactly करता क्या है और कितना charge करता है. सबसे पहला तो how do one understand that how they charge or how do you charge?
See, first of all, you must understand there is no legal concept called as wealth manager.
Okay.
So anybody can be a wealth manager.
Okay.
The only thing is the right way to identify a good person who can manage, who can help you manage your wealth.
Right.
Is that who must be open-minded, who must be ready to help you in the real nature. Because you come across various people suggesting you products, the wrong products which are not meant for you. Say for example, one of our clients who met someone before meeting us, they were like, I met someone, I told him I want to save this much amount of money, and he suggested me a life insurance product. So he wanted to invest for 15 years, and the product suggested to him was an endowment product, which is not going to make more than 6-7% for him.
Oh.
So that's the kind of people you must stay away from.
But
You
how
must-
to identify that? Na? Abhi, just say I know you, and I'm okay for you to manage my money, right? But then how do I identify that you are the person that I want to deal with?
Sit and talk with him. Sit and talk to him. Think, see, analyze whether he's talking some sense. He's talking about your well-being or his well-being.
Okay.
So there is a nice way to do it.
Okay.
So what you can do is, when you can do a simple math.
Okay.
So what you can do, just ask him about whatever goal you want to start with, and ask a suggestion from him. And what suggestion he gives you, you analyze that particular suggestion. Say for example, if he suggests you an endowment insurance plan,
Okay.
what the best way what you can check is, go to Google Sheet or Microsoft Excel and check what XIRR return that particular product is offering.
Okay.
If that product is offering the desirable returns, the desirable percentage, the desirable XIRR of what you must
What
actually
is
have.
XIRR?
So it's like a compounded interest return.
Achha.
So compound interest return, how much it is, whether it is 6%, then that's the wrong person. If it is 12%, or if it is more than that, or if he's suggesting you the right product related to equity, you're talking about long term, you're talking about 10 years, 15 years, and he's suggesting you a product like that which are growth oriented.
Growth-oriented, right.
So definitely that makes sense, that okay, this particular person is having some sense, he's actually talking about the investor's well-being.
Okay.
But if he's suggesting you some products which are not meant for you, so I'm not saying that insurance products are bad. I'm just saying that those products are only meant for certain class of people. It is not like everybody must go for it. So there is so even like term plans, even like health insurance plans. So everything is subjective to person.
Right.
It cannot that something is good for you, the same thing is good for me.
Right.
So a wealth manager's role is actually to identify the people that, okay, what is your profile and which kind of products are good for you.
Okay.
I may suggest you an FD, I may suggest someone else a mutual fund.
Okay.
I may suggest someone else with another product, because it changes from person to person. The perspective changes. It's a very subjective thing, and
Okay.
that actually eventually you come across only when you deal with a person.
Deal with the right people. So you need to be like, it's kind of like similar thing that we're talking about investment scams, right? So you have to be careful of thinking of the people that you're working with as well. You just don't go like, here's my money and growth.
Absolutely.
You have to decide.
See, nowadays, when you see youth, when you see adults, when you see, in fact, anybody, I would rather say, that they follow YouTube videos.
हाँ.
They follow, okay, ये YouTuber ने ऐसा बोल दिया, तो ये वाला, तो ये concept सही लगा मेरे को, ये ऐसा लगा, and then just जाके Bitcoin में डाल दिया पैसा.
हाँ.
जाके इसमें डाल दिया, उसमें डाल दिया. See, understand one thing. YouTubers, I'm not saying they are wrong.
हाँ.
See, they are actors. They are here to entertain you.
हाँ.
With that entertainment, they are giving you a message.
Right.
But then it is your duty to analyze it, to check it, and then plan to invest into it.
Right.
So say for example, you went for a movie and वहाँ से एक मैसेज आपको मिला, एक अच्छा मैसेज मिला. Go for आपने अक्षय कुमार की कोई एक मूवी देख ली and there was a nice message out of it.
हाँ.
But it is not that you immediately start doing it. You sit and you analyze those.
Analyze if it's correct for
if
you.
it's right for
हाँ.
you. अभी उसने बोल दिया कि भाई आपको तो पैसा उठा के लोगों को दान में देना चाहिए. अरे पर पहले खुद के पास भी तो पैसा होना चाहिए दान में देने के लिए.
Indeed.
So these people are actors. So you must take them as actors only. हम कई बार कैसा होता है ना कि एक मूवी देख के आते हैं, उसमें कोई दिमाग वाली बात नहीं होती. You're just going for entertainment.
हाँ. And
भाई इधर
sometimes
से
they might be
बंदा उड़
giving
रहा
you
है.
the right option as well.
Yes.
But क्या होता है कि as when they're creating the content, is their own thought process that has gone to it, and maybe it's right for them,
Yes.
and maybe a lot of people. But then, what if it's good for you? Is something that you have to ensure.
So it
and
is
analyze.
subjective. As I said, it
Yes.
is subjective.
Like
So-
mutual funds are subject to market risk.
Subject
like a
to
big,
market.
the statement that comes across. That you have to be very careful.
So they might be suggesting something for people who have a good high net worth. But even if a poor person is seeing that and he is gambling with stock markets and this and that, that's wrong.
Then it's difficult.
So we have seen people actually taking loan from people and investing in stocks, investing in opportunities. They call tips and all and those. So that's wrong. So you must not do that. You must first check. There must be a reality check also. that whether my pocket is allowing that much, and then only I must. That's why this financial pyramid is there. So if the tip of your financial pyramid is satisfying that particular thing, you try out, no problem. But if you are somewhere at stage 2, stage 1, and then you think, अच्छा मैं भी थोड़ा सा risk ले लेता हूँ, so that's wrong.
That's wrong.
And there is nothing like right time or good time. Every time is good. The moment you have money to invest in the right instrument.
Yeah.
So it is always like.
But again, coming to my main point, are you expensive?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
We
How
are not
does that
expensive.
charges work? How would a wealth coach charge you?
See, you go to a doctor. The doctor charges you a fixed fee.
Okay.
And irrespective of your treatment, like the disease you have.
Right.
Okay. So if you have a small disease, he will just charge you a one-time consultation fee, and that's it done. If you have a major disease where you have to go through a surgery or something, he will charge you the surgeon fees, and everything comes in. The same way, if you're a small person, the fee structure or the whatever the expense involved will be very low.
Okay.
When you are a big person, where there is a big portfolio involved, there is a lot of efforts involved. The moment that amount also increases, so it is subjective again. Okay. It depends on person to person,
how much they charge.
But it is not like कि भाई अगर आपके पास 100 रुपए इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए मैं बोलूँगा 100 रुपए मेरे चार्ज हैं.
हाँ, वही exactly.
That's not going to happen at all. That is not going to. So generally, what you can say is the expense of a wealth manager or a fund manager or a distributor or anything cannot be more than 2.5%. Not more than that. It's not going to be more than that.
Okay.
At any given point.
At any given point. Okay.
This is on the higher side what I'm saying. There are people working at a lower cost as well.
Okay. Now, a wealth manager or wealth coach, can I go and expect that he will do everything for me, like starting from stage 1 to the stage 5?
No. So what is his job? His job is to advise you, is to go through whatever investments you have, to help you analyze that, and do the research for you, give you the strategies and all. But end of the day, it is you who is going to make the decision.
Okay.
So you are not. It is not like you are going to give money to him directly and आप ये पैसा ले लो और नहीं. It is not going to happen like that. He is going to suggest you certain products. Okay, you can invest in this, invest in this, invest in this, invest in that. And the way the format is following, he can give you
then
that.
You can, but then would you connect them to the right people to get
yes,
the
he may, yes. So the way it's again, like I usually relate the profession I am into, this wealth management, directly to a doctor. Okay. So क्या doctor आपको help करता है? What he does is that he connects you to the right hospital. He connects you to the right laboratory. So it's the same story.
So you're the first point of contact.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm the first point of contact. You can say the general physician. So we are the general physician.
ये hospital जाने की जरूरत भी है कि नहीं?
Correct.
Okay. When is the right time to get in touch with the wealth manager?
The moment you start earning.
The moment you start earning.
Whenever you feel that okay, I'm good, I'm ready for investments.
Okay.
So this whole thing, money thing, actually starts at a very early age. Okay. The moment you start spending, the moment you start get into the world of money, maybe 7-year-old, 8-year-old, even an 8-year-old kid must know the value of money, so that he build a very nice future in the near term. Okay. So it is like we have seen people educating their kids all about finances, that how they must manage. There's a nice movie also which IDFC Mutual Fund created. I don't remember the name. Okay. I think so, One Idiot or something like that, where they have explained that how a small kid is actually having lakhs of rupees and being in the family where there is a huge financial stress going on. Okay. So just because he was very skeptical about his money, whenever he used to receive gifts, monetary gifts from his families and everyone, they used to push it into some mutual fund investments, and he used to focus on growth. Okay. So that's how he was able to save good amount of money, and his brother, his family is struggling with money. They don't have money, and here he is having lakhs and lakhs of money.
Lakhs of rupees.
So that's how it is. So it is just that at the very early stage, if you really plan investments or give the sense of money, how the value of money to your kids, then I believe then such kind of questions won't arise whether should I buy iPhone or not. He will be able to decide that whether it is value of money for me to not. Right. How much I'm spending and what I'm getting in return. Right. If it is not relevant for me, then I won't buy that.
Okay. Can a parent or a new coming parent, a person who is thinking of having a child, maybe have a way of thinking कि जब मेरा बच्चा 18 साल का हो जाएगा, because education system is so expensive right
True.
now. So is there a way for them to ensure that they can save some money?
Yes, definitely. As I said that since you the way you suggested that 18 साल के बाद पैसा चाहिए, so we are talking about something long term.
Yeah.
Start investing into mutual fund. There are a lot of children gift funds, a lot of hybrid funds, aggressive funds where you can invest and you can have the security as well along with that. Like not a security but a layer of debt in debt mutual funds where you have certain downfall. There won't be a major downfall in terms when market corrects and all.
Okay.
So less risky, but a good investment can be done into those kind of instruments which can help you generate good level of income.
Okay.
So it will help you grow your whatever you have collected, help it grow to a larger extent.
So they'll actually have a
Good
set
sum
amount of
of
money
money.
going
Yes.
on.
Good sum of money.
Yeah. Because
So-
a lot of time kids are trying to go outside
Yeah.
India and to study and all.
That
Study
money,
abroad program.
that money can be helpful in education. He want to start his own business.
Right.
He marriage, anything. That amount can be helpful in any other way. So it is like whatever gifts children receive from their grandparents, their relatives, like in India it is a very common thing. The moment a kid is born, people give monetary gifts to them. So the duty of the parent is to not utilize it for himself or his expenses, rather invest it somewhere where the money is growing. And that will help him only in the near future when the kid is of 18 years of age or more something. He'll get a good amount to use for his
Wow, I think this was an amazing episode. Yeah, there was so many learning. I think we spoke about so many, like 5 steps. One of the best things that I've learned so far that you should follow that, and I think everybody should follow that. The second thing I would say is that to be disciplined and ensure that you're following a structured agenda and you're vigilant while you're investing as well.
True.
Wealth manager is definitely a best way to go as well, because you have a set of brains that is working for you who actually specializes in that. So that works out, and they're not expensive. So we know
Not
that
at all.
for sure. You just have to find the right one. You just don't invest the money. You have to make sure that you're sitting with them and figuring it out that what he's saying or she's saying actually makes sense. Stock is not gambling as long as you're working as an investment and
It's
not
a
as
business.
gambling. It's business.
It's business. So do you think that you started a company and you're going to कल ये बेच देते हैं परसों ये खरीद लेते हैं?
Right.
It's not going to happen
It's
like
not
that.
Patience and
Patience,
consistency.
consistency. You
Okay.
be consistent with that company. So whenever you are planning to invest into stocks, do thorough research about that company, what business is it into, whether it's a thing for you or not,
Right.
whether you are confident about that
If
industry
you're comfortable
or not.
with the risk factor.
Exactly. So do all that and then invest in a stock.
Invest.
Then you will have 4-fold, 5-fold, 6-fold, 10-fold returns
Right.
for sure.
Financial freedom is attainable.
Naturally.
But you cannot be running in the rat race. You have
Absolutely.
to stay calm and be like the person in 3 Idiots. What's the guy's name? Kabirr Khan from 3 Idiots.
Yeah.
That's making sure that
Funsuk Wangadu.
Funsuk Wangadu. They're figuring out the right way to earning money. If not, then you're figuring out your own way of earning money.
Right.
But it has to be ethical. It cannot be unethical. And
Be vigilant.
be vigilant out to it. If you can afford an iPhone, great, good for you. If you cannot afford an iPhone, then there is other phones that you can use which has similar or better features, and it's much reasonable as well, and you can definitely go for that as well. Money, a penny saved is a penny earned.
Definitely.
I think that's what it is.
So one of my friends says a very nice quote that what language does money speak? So the money speaks that if you save me today, I'll be there to save you tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. I think it just gave me goosebumps. How wonderful it is. Okay, save me today so it can save you tomorrow. Great. And the most important part, saving money is not only for adults. It's actually for everyone and anyone, and it can be fun. Okay, so you don't have to just worry about कि अरे यार आज मैं phone नहीं ले पाऊंगा या मैं Netflix and chill नहीं कर पाऊंगा. It's definitely doable. It's just you have to have a right way of doing it. Consistency, discipline, and the right direction is what you require.
True.
I cannot thank you enough, Ankit, for being here today. As part of Spiel 1 as well, that you've been, and I work with you for a while as well, and I'm truly happy with your services too. And I want to thank you for being here today. Is there anything special or anything that you would like to tell our viewers today that would give them the inspiration of start saving, or what can you do today?
So if you have any dream in your life, so investments, finance, money can assure that it can make it happen. The only thing is you have to save it, you have to invest it into the right product, and be consistent, be disciplined to it, and all your dreams will come true for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, bro. It was truly fun. The Book of Wealth, it's definitely available. Where can they get this?
This is available on Amazon.
It's available on Amazon. So it's available on Amazon. You guys check it out. I love the book. It has some crazy, insane, amazing, unique tips on how to manage your wealth. And check out Spiel 1 for more understanding and how it works out. Till next time on Kabirr Vani.